Let me say this clearly. You were not created to blend in. You were created to stand out in a specific way. And here is the challenge. Most people trade identity for acceptance. They want to belong. Let me bring this into real life. There have been seasons in my journey where my decision didn't always make sense to everybody around me. Because a low ranger a lot of times. I have been a low ranger a lot of times. Building life, raising responsibility, working and trying to create stability, I began to understand that my responsibility is not to be understood by everybody, except those who walk my life with me. Hi, welcome to another journey of self-discovery and identity with Ezio with Prince Osas. Our episode today is becoming comfortable being different, being yourself. Let's grow. One of the hardest things for any human being, especially in this generation, is not success, it's standing out. Because being different, we attract questions, different opinion, peer pressure, misunderstanding, and sometimes isolation. A lot of people are interested in you, your sexuality, what are your core values, what are your beliefs. But here is the truth. If you are afraid of being different, you will spend your life copying others. And copying others will always delay your destiny. We don't need no more photocopies. We need the originals, guys. Difference is not the problem. It is your design. Let me say this clearly. You were not created to blend in. You were created to stand out in a specific way. And here is the challenge. Most people trade identity for acceptance. They want to belong. They choose approval over purpose. What will the world say? They choose popularity over conviction, comfort over calling. Imagine if Two-Face never followed his dream, or Davido, or the people we all love to listen to these days, even the pastors. Slowly, they would have lost themselves, and you would have all the beautiful music to listen to today. Let me bring this into real life. There have been seasons in my journey where my decision didn't always make sense to everybody around me. Because a low ranger a lot of times. I have been a low ranger a lot of times. Building life, raising responsibility, working and trying to create stability, there are times that I've been lonely even in the midst of so many people. There have been times I had to make choices that others didn't understand. Sometimes people question the direction. Sometimes silence replaces approval. But I've learned something very important, something profound. If I wait for everybody to understand my journey, I will never move. I'll be static. So I became comfortable just being by myself, doing the things that make me comfortable, doing the things that aligns with my vision, with my goals, with who I am. And guess what? At the end, they always come around because my direction, my vision, my purpose is clear. If I wait for everyone to understand my journey, I will never move. So I started becoming comfortable with being different, not rebellious, not disconnected, but intentional. I began to understand that my responsibility is not to be understood by everybody, except those who walk my life with me. Sometimes even they don't even understand your responsibilities. My responsibility is to stay aligned with my creator. Even in my business journey, I've noticed something too. The moment I stopped trying to please everyone, I started building better systems. not just business, better systems. I started making clearer decisions. I started becoming more consistent because guess what? I was the one driving my dreams. Because clarity strives where approval seeking dies. I like to ground everything I say in the Bible. Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world. That means you will always feel pressure to conform. Why do you want to belong? But you are called to transform, not conform. Matthew 7:13. Enter through the narrow gates. What happens in the narrow gates? It's just you, maybe one or two other people. The right path is often not the popular one. Everybody's on social media, but there are people who are not. I like to speak to my favorite people, the Gen Zs. Let's make this very practical because many young people are struggling here silently. Someone asked me, why do I feel left out when I try to be myself? Because authenticity is uncomfortable at first, but imitation always leads to emptiness. Copy is empty, black and white. Someone asked me, what if people don't like me when I change? Who cares? Do you? If they don't like you, then you discover who values you, who likes your real self, and not who likes a fake version. Someone asked me, is it okay to not fit in? Absolutely yes. Not fitting in is sometimes proof that you are being shaped differently. It's proof that you are different, that you're authentic. Someone asked me, why is it hard to be myself online and offline? Because you are still adjusting your identity based on audience. Here today, green tomorrow. Strong identity is consistent everywhere. You can't be yellow and green. Be yellow. Someone asked me, how do I stop caring about opinion? By building internal validation through discipline and consistency. When your life has structure, opinion loses control over you. What they say don't matter. That's why it's called hearsay in the court of law. Someone asked me, what if I lose friends by being myself? They were not even your friends. Then those friends were based on conformity, not connection. Growth always filter relationship. My wife will say, I choose my friends, they don't choose me. Someone once said, asked me, how do I gain confidence in being different? By repeating this truth to yourself daily. I am not behind. I am becoming. I am my best version. Have a picture of who you want to be and see that picture every day. Let's have some practical takeaway. Stop shaping your life around approval. Be honest about who you are becoming. Reduce comparison triggers, social medias, peer group. Reduce how much time you spend on it. Strengthen your personal values. Identify them and strengthen them. Accept that not everyone will understand your path. Build consistency in your own lane. Celebrate little wins. Celebrate progress even when it doesn't feel like a lot. I've learned something over time. The moment I became comfortable with being different, my life became clearer. Not because confusion disappeared. No, there will always be confusion, but because I stopped letting confusion lead me. As a man, a husband, a father, a builder, I realized that alignment is more important than approval. Peace is more important than popularity, and consistency is way more powerful than validation. Because at the end of the day, you don't build legacy by fitting in. Go ask those that have built legacy. You build legacy by standing firm and everybody conforms to you. Do you think Elon Musk needs any validation from anybody? Or do you think um, Papa Adeboye needs any validation from anybody? Don't fear being different. Fear losing yourself just to fit in. Because the world does not need another photocopy. It needs the original. There's so much darkness in the world. Light a candle. Be the new candle. Be the new light. Stay grounded. Stay bold. Be authentic. Because difference is not rejection. It's design. Difference is design. That is the original plan by the Creator Himself. Stay grateful to be empowered. Stay consistent to build kingdom wealth. This is how we grow. See you on the next one.